Love that song and how it communicates just how our desire and our when we rise, she gives you the word. And I love how it really coincides with how the Lord has been leading me in my own time with Him. I just want to share some scriptures of where I've been in my reading. I feel like God has called me in a season of living with urgency. The times are dark, growing darker by the day, and it seems that more than ever now we need to live as followers of Christ with urgency. I want to share two passages in Hebrews. First, Hebrews 3. It says, "Take care, brothers, lest there be in any of you an evil, unbelieving heart, leading you to fall away from the living God. But exhort one another every day, as long as it is called today, that none of you may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin." And when I read that, it made me think, it says every day. We ought to exhort one another. We ought to encourage one another. We ought to speak with one another with words of encouragement, with words of sometimes rebuke, sometimes redirection, guiding one another, pushing one another, as iron sharpens one another, as iron sharpens iron, pushing one another every day, as long as it is called today. Not tomorrow, for none of us is promised tomorrow, but exhorting one another every day. And for the purpose that none of us may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. We're surrounded by a culture where sin is not just running rampant, but sin is celebrated. Almost sometimes I look at the news and I think we're having a celebration as proof to sin more. And yet, here it says, we ought to exhort one another every day, so that none of us may be hardened by the deceitfulness of sin. When I read this, I don't know about you, I feel the urgency of the call. I hear it every day, and I see the phrase that says, as long as it is called today. So let us, in our lives, with our loved ones, let us not put off to tomorrow what needs to be done today. Let us exhort one another. And in Hebrews 1, it says, "Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of uprightness is the scepter of your kingdom. You have loved righteousness and hated wickedness. Therefore God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of gladness beyond your companions. You, Lord, laid the foundation of the earth in the beginning, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you remain. They will all wear out like a garment, like a robe, you will roll them up. Like a garment, they will be changed. But you are the same, and your years will have no end." And when I read this, I think, the heavens, the earth, everything that God has made, everything we can see, everything we can touch, everything we can feel, everything we can smell and taste, it's going to be gone. It'll be rolled up like a garment. It'll be changed. It'll perish. And yet it says, the years of the Lord will have no end. This made me think, and I challenge all of you, what are we living for? Are we living for those things that will be rolled up and changed and perish? Are we giving our lives, are we giving our years, are we giving our days to things that will perish? Deuteronomy 4, the Lord God says to the people of Israel that He's a jealous God. He's a consuming fire. God is jealous for our affections. God is jealous for our hearts. God is jealous for our time. How are we living? There's a poem by a missionary in the 1800s named C.T. Studd. And I read it a while ago, but I came across it again recently. He's a man who traveled to Africa and Asia, many missionary journeys, and he wrote this poem. And it really moved me, and I want to share it with you. It says, "Two little lines I heard one day, traveling along life's busy way, bringing conviction to my heart, and from my mind would not depart. Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. Only one life, yes, only one. Soon will its fleeting hours be done. Then in that day my Lord to meet and stand before His judgment seat. Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ He will last. Give me, Father, a purpose deep, in joy or sorrow thy word to keep. Faithful and true whatever the strife, pleasing thee in my daily life. Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. Oh, let my love with fervor burn, and from the world now let me turn, living for thee and thee alone, bringing thee pleasure on thy throne. Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. Only one life, yes, only one. Now let me say thy will be done. And when at last I'll hear the call, I know I'll say 'twas worth it all. Only one life will soon be past. Only what's done for Christ will last. What are you giving your years to? What are you giving your days to? Is it the idol of comfort? The idol of ease? The idol of financial security? The idol of likes? The idol of popularity? I just challenge you as you listen to this and you watch this last song. Where's your heart? Are we living for what will last? Are we living for what will perish?